right, thank you. Welcome to the October 16th meeting of the Waterboro Planning Board. Our first appointment tonight is a setback reduction request from Mr. and Mrs. MacKay. Would you mind giving us a brief overview of what you're doing for the members and the people at home? You're on TV too, by the way.
I'll just stand next.
Does everyone have a copy of the
Yes.
map we're doing? The property up in Bernie Lane, up in Lake Shore, we purchased approximately 4 years ago. Our intentions of retiring here next year. I probably didn't do diligence by checking to see that, you know, the setback restrictions and things like that, because we have 2 lots adjacent to each other. And so we originally started working with Patty, and then Patty moved on, and we started working with Mark. And as you can see by the print, what we're looking for is a reduction in frontage, so we can put an addition on the house that'll accommodate our needs. We've had a couple of revisions on this, and this is presently the one that Mark felt would probably would best suit the requirements to keep as far back from the water as possible. And again, ask for a reduction on the frontage.
Is 60 feet, the reduction is 60 feet, would that be sufficient? Does that include your drip edge? Is 60 feet going to squeeze you?
No, that should be fine, because I think we were going like 63 feet, and I think Tina requested that we go to 60.
Okay, just so it doesn't create an issue.
Yeah, no, 60 feet should be fine.
Okay.
That gives you a comfortable envelope to build in.
Exactly,
Yes.
yeah.
And you combine those 2 lots, you say?
Yes, they're combined lots as one. They show on the map as 2 lots, but we pay taxes on 1 lot.
Yeah. And we also have a letter from Mark talking about this project, pretty much approving it, summarizing what he's been looking at there.
I mean, looking at what the applicant has proposed, and you know, I commend you on the package because it's nicely detailed. You know, you can easily see what it is. But I mean, I think their option is, you know, they've moved closer. I mean, they've moved further away from the water. They're not going to impact the neighborhood or anything. It's not going to significantly change the neighborhood with what they're doing. It's reasonable. You know, I mean, any other place that they built would go closer to the water. So, I mean, I'm looking at it. It's pretty clear, you know, that the section that is most in question is the section to dump water further away from the lake. So,
I agree. The only thing is I see a note here about we need proof of mailing to abutters.
Yes, I have that.
Yes.
And you have that?
Yes.
So we actually have everything that we need.
Yep. It's good. We sent certified the 2 neighbors adjacent to us, and we also copied them on the
Did you get a response from them?
We got a response from 2. The one directly across from us, she just recently moved in, so I don't know. I did speak to
We
her.
didn't get anything back from her.
were they favorable? The ones, you know, the ones that you did hear back? Okay.
Do what you want. We're not. It's not blocking anyone's view. It's.
We didn't get any nasty phone calls.
There's nobody sitting behind you.
I've got to be sure Tina gets it.
Okay. We'll pass those on down to Tina.
I'm comfortable not doing a site walk on it. I'll make a motion to accept reduction in the front setback to 60 feet from the road.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? No? All in favor?
Enjoy.
Thank
Perfect,
you.
thank you.
Thanks
you
for
very
coming
much.
down, working with us.
Thanks for having us.
That's great.
What's the matter with it?
Good night.
Good night. That was privatized for the well.
What happened, Andy? You're losing your... And...
Yeah, it's well, no, it's good to have people with different opinions.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Good night.
I could have, but I didn't.
Next item is minutes of previous meeting, September 18th. think everyone should have a copy of those.
Yeah.
I think Kurt and then Tim were absent, so
Right.
It's just on us.
5 of us.
You guys had a time to review those minutes? I'm good with them, I read through them.
All right,
I'll make
so
a
you make a
motion to
motion to
accept it,
approve?
yep.
Have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Abstain.
Yep.
I wasn't a legal player at that meeting. So legal.
No report from officers that I know of.
It is interesting that they get approval and they can't do anything about it until next Tuesday because there's no one here.
As in, like, pulling the permit? Well, they've been at it for months, I don't know, a few more days. They started with Patty. So, under old business, we have cisterns, docks, and site plan review ordinance. Would anyone mind if we jump ahead to site plan for a minute?
No, I
What was
thought,
it?
it's docs,
I
that's a
thought
done deal,
done.
right?
Right, I just wanted it on there so that I remember that when we get to the place where we do public hearings, that we do it for all of these things.
Okay.
Okay,
We're gonna do them all at once.
Right.
all right,
Now, do we get that back from Natalie on
No,
site plan?
I-
Okay.
okay,
And it's my fault because I was late sending it to her. but-
okay. What's about cisterns?
The last I knew was we had a meeting with the selectmen, and what happened was we were going to, once they were approved, they would be owned by the town.
Yep.
That's the way I remember it.
No, it should be.
So does that change anything that we do? I mean, if we have the option of requiring sprinkler cisterns or fire ponds.
This is a side note, probably doesn't play into it a lot, or may or not, but we just recently did a house with a sprinkler system in it. It dramatically reduced the cost, to affordable. I mean, what I would say is an affordable job. It took the guy a day to install it. It was signed off by signed off by an engineer. It was signed off by the fire marshal. And it's a standalone system. So I guess I'm looking at it more now saying, I'm not so as opposed to the fire sprinklers because there is an alternative. Whereas the other ones before were cost prohibitive to put in houses. I mean, I would encourage anybody to do it, but it's a serious money issue. And with these new systems that are coming out, the prices are coming way down. It's still an impact, somebody buying a new home, but now you're down to $1,500, $2,000 for a cistern. A sprinkler system.
A standalone.
Standalone.
Is there any benefit in your fire insurance policy? Right? No?
I don't think so.
You said there was
I
actually
would think
there was a
insurance
deficit,
is-
right? They held it against.
Somewhere they get you
They-
for it.
They
Yeah.
gotta do
Yeah.
something
My
for
insurance
it.
company
Not-
frowned on it
Yeah.
because they said it just causes water damage.
Yeah, that's and this one that they put in actually it's a complete stand. Once it's filled with water, the only thing that's got water in it is the tanks.
So it's got 300 gallons of water,
It's got 600 gallons of water.
600 gallons of water.
Yeah, and a pump that can squirt 600 gallons of water in 10 minutes. So it. But other than the rest of the time, it's a dry system.
So it's a separate pump?
Separate pump, and it's got a UPS system
I
with it.
haven't seen anything on those
Well, that's
systems.
pretty cool.
I find it incredible that you can put a 600-gallon tank, 25 sprinkler heads, and a 5-horsepower variable speed pump.
For $1,500.
And the labor for $1,500.
Yeah.
The pipe he was running was like a 2-inch pipe. It wasn't like running PEX and trying to stream it through the whole house. He ran like a main trunk
A main trunk, and they
and
found
a couple branches off of it,
Huh.
and that was it.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new design, so I'm not really sure. Regardless, in the meetings we had, it was decided that eventually the town may or may not put in another cistern, and we ought to have an ordinance in the event that it happens. I have all the notes of the house. I'm supposed to put language together. I haven't done it yet. I'm not highly motivated. I don't like cisterns, but I do realize I have
Being
to
a
get it done.
fire pond specialist.
Well, the way I understand it is we have the option right now of doing any of the three, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
And the technology is changing, and if it gets, affordable, then we could always demand more sprinkler systems.
Does Maine Does Maine, did Maine make it a rule that towns cannot mandate sprinklers?
No.
Did they make that a law?
Don't.
I
Okay.
think that goes by town.
There's some towns that mandate, Scarborough mandates.
Did they, okay, so New Hampshire, you
Portland-
can't,
Portland
this,
does, too.
the state mandated that towns cannot require sprinklers. So, yeah, that was over here. I mean, but you look at fire ponds have been around for 250, 300 years. If they're put in right,
Yep.
it's a pretty simple technology. I mean, it's easy to see if they're full or empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cost effective.
So, I mean,
How's your fire pond, Andy?
Yeah, how's that working out for you?
So, yeah.
So it depends a lot on the location and
the
so far
install.
we have the flexibility. So the only difference is what we need to put into wording that the town owns the cistern
Yeah,
once it's installed. I don't think we have that.
I'm
Would
wondering.
that be part of the subdivision ordinance?
yeah, because that's when it falls in, and once we get over the number of
Because
houses.
we can't
As I recall, I thought that,
Right.
I don't remember ever anybody deciding the town was just gonna take them right over.
Oh, yeah, that's what we came up
That's what we
with.
came up with.
That was,
That was decided by the selectmen, that was
yep,
decided by the
Mr.
planning
Abbott,
board.
and we talked
That
and
was
talked.
decided by the fire chief.
It's the only way to ensure that they work.
It's just to put that language together. We beat this to
I
death.
know, I remember
We
beating
beat
it
this to
down, but-
death.
And that's what we need to add is language that says that
Language put together.
once it's been
And
approved,
in the
we
event
own
that there is another cistern going in,
Oh,
there's
all
no
right, yeah, yeah.
doubt, ands, ifs, or buts about it, that the town's gonna maintain it. There was talk about impact
If it's
fees, all
accepted
this
by
stuff,
the
yeah.
town, like a road.
Well, no, it has to be part of like a occupancy permit, the final inspection. Once, the
Well, I think-
engineer, whoever inspects it,
I think the real question was
The money on
the
inspections.
standards, how do we mandate what the standards for the cistern were so that it then could be accepted by the town, just like it would a road or a subdivision, whatever.
And then that is part of the problem of writing something up.
Right.
Because you have fiberglass tanks, you have steel tanks, you have concrete
Concrete
tanks.
But you can't do any cistern for $1,500.
No, you can't do a cistern.
Yeah, but a cistern can do 10 houses, right?
10 houses.
So that's 15 grand.
what
Or
standard,
20 grand,
Yeah.
But then you get a question on cisterns. In order to qualify for insurance, they have to be what? 50,000 gallons, 30,000 gallons? In order to be, insurance doesn't recognize them.
I think it was 30.
It's a huge, ours are like 10s and 12s.
It was a lot more than people are gonna be willing to pay.
Right, yes. But then that 30,000 gallon cistern is good for, I forget what that was, but it was good for like a half-mile radius in all directions. So the question is, if you put a cistern in, do you put in ones that aren't recognized by firefighters and insurance industries, or do you keep putting in?
If we have to
The
accept,
whole discussion makes no sense to me
Yeah.
whatsoever. You talk about putting a sprinkler system in with 600 gallons of water, but then on the other hand, a cistern with
Has to
20,000
30,000 gallons.
It's worthless. It's worthless. I mean, it's like 600 gallons is better than 2,000 gallons, unless you don't have the 600.
Well, they're two totally
You know.
different. The sprinkler system is to get you out of the building. The
cistern-
cistern is to
Fire
put it out.
fire out.
And it's like they're totally different requirements. They're not even.
apples and oranges.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I've heard it mentioned, I don't know how many times, if you can't put out a fire with 500 or 600 gallons of water, you might as well let it burn.
Yeah, and there's a new thing out now that they're foaming and steaming the buildings, and they're putting
Yeah.
a couple hundred gallons in. So
But what are our standards now, other than gallons? Yeah,
Zero.
we say how many gallons we want, and that's it.
we don't. Yeah, we do
It's
that,
on
and,
us.
and we say how many cisterns per 10 houses.
Yeah,
I think our ordinance says 20,000 gallon cistern, or a fire pond, or sprinkler systems.
and that's it.
Per
There's
every
no
10
standards
houses.
for the
Yeah.
system.
Hey, for your info, I just looked it up. There's no sprinkler law. It's left to the municipalities.
Okay.
Unless it's over a certain size building, like in the hundreds,
So then it falls into
Yeah,
like
it wouldn't be.
then the state has.
it's no longer residential, an R3 or an R4 structure.
well, you would think for $2,000 for a standalone sprinkler to save your family's life, it'd be worth that on the top of what, you're gonna spend on building your house.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is it's always those incremental. It's $2,000 for this. 2012, we're gonna have to start putting drywall under any TJI. So there's another, $1,200-1,500. It's all of a sudden the house in 2012 costs $5,000 more than a house in 2011. But it's no different than buying a diesel engine today or a diesel
I was
engine
just
next
gonna go
year.
there. It's just the way things go.
And that's the homeowner picking
Yeah.
that,
Right.
that tab.
But
So-
again, so you're up, what, $5,000? Is it worth saving your family's life for an extra $5,000 on top of?
It goes back to the whole
150?
thing. A working smoke alarm system is gonna get somebody out of the house just as well as the sprinkler hitting you in the face.
They won't put a battery in it.
The new lithium
Well,
ion
the
ones.
ones that are all wired together,
The hardwired ones.
ooh, those things can be crazy, because
Yep.
something's wrong with one wire,
They all go off.
all the time.
Not the new ones. You see the new one
The
that's put
lithium
out?
ion one.
That
Yeah.
that's put out? It literally sends you an email, identifies itself, which ones it is, everything.
10
So
years.
you
on
take
it.
time.
Rechargeable batteries
I
in
found
it.
my phone.
Yeah, it sends you a message.
Hey,
Hey,
the laundry
you know
room's on
how to-
fire.
So just wanted you to
Oh, good! I
know.
can switch to the video and watch
Just
it burn.
Yeah.
So really, all we're waiting for is just standards. It sounds like we ironed out everything else.
I like the fiberglass stuff. Someone how expensive those
Yeah.
are.
What?
I like the
I was
fiberglass
thinking
ones
of,
best of
the
all.
fire chief had
Out of
written
our
up
options.
Yeah.
Depending
some
on
language
pricing.
for an fire ordinance for the town. So I'm gonna put a lot of what his language is into that part of it for the cistern.
That makes sense. It's his.
That's his language.
Yeah.
So I think that'll satisfy him, and then just address the bonding issue.
How do you address construction standards?
Construction standards, installation standards.
Inspection procedures.
That's what
I'm
the
not sure
bond
how
is
to
for.
handle the different kinds of tanks.
We draw off the bonds
So
for inspection.
In his paperwork, there was nothing on the type of tank, if it was concrete or fiberglass. And so
Was it?
I was thinking of, can't really defer to manufacturer's recommendations.
Right.
You
Because
know,
we're
it's
all gonna
like,
say
what
they're
do
the
I use?
best.
I mean, somebody may wanna use a fiberglass cistern, which is probably nothing wrong with a fiberglass cistern, or a concrete cistern, or a metal tank,
Yeah.
who knows? So how do you address that standard? Well, I guess they all have to be set in stone,
And an engineer stamp.
engineer standard, so there's some common language.
It should be interesting to see what we hear at a public hearing about that.
I don't think most people are even aware.
No,
Some
I
of
think
the
there's a couple
builders-
people that might
some of the
hear
builders
something
might
on it.
Yeah,
be interested.
builders, there you go.
So you think the idea is that we'll have a public hearing on all three of these things if we can?
I would think it'd be best to
All
kind
right.
of do them all at once.
Combine
Although
them.
If there's favorable input on one, you may want to proceed with that and just kind of let the other slide.
Well, we can still pick and choose, right? I mean,
Right.
they could shoot down one out of three and still do two.
Right.
but wouldn't it be better to have the 3 public hearings the same night,
Right,
but have the public hearing on one thing, and on the other
Right.
thing? Okay.
yeah, but
Close it.
advertising is one advertising and
Yeah.
one notification instead of,
Maybe start with the shortest thing and the darks. And of course, you never know, yeah.
yeah.
That's always,
You can never predict
That
that.
sounds easy.
People are passionate about it.
yeah, they are.
Well, for upcoming meetings, on October 21st, there is the 2020 Master Plan Committee. November 4th is the 2020 Master Planning Committee. And then we have another meeting on November 6th.
I will not be at the November 6th meeting. I have a ZBA hearing.
Okay.
Is that here or in?
No, Waterboro.
Yeah. So other than signing the minutes, do we have any old business that you can think of, or anything anyone want to bring up?
The 2020 and planning board had talked about having that workshop, and I guess you guys can tell them, is it the 20th of November? Was the suggested date, and I guess they're planning to come here,
Okay.
so that's fine, they want to continue to do that.
Yes. Well, it's good with me. November 20th.
Yes.
It's a
November
regular
20th.
meeting date, right?
Right, it'd be our regular
Okay.
meeting. And I don't know if you want to not have something on the agenda and just have a workshop with them, or if you want to have something on the agenda. and
How
have a
about
workshop.
if there's nothing real pressing, then let's just leave it open for a workshop. If something comes up you think that we need to push it through for
And do you want to continue to have meetings at 7, or?
I think if Kurt's going to make it, it needs to be 7. Plus traditionally.
Well, we're
So-
losing. We're going to lose next
That's what
week. We're
I'm
losing
getting at.
sunlight.
I noticed tonight at 5:06, it was really getting dark.
So I don't mind.
6 is a push to me. How about 6:30? If it's all right with you guys, it's a stretch of 6 for me.
Yeah, I can't do 6. I won't make it back in time.
You know,
Or
whatever.
we could just keep it at 7.
I don't mind doing 6:30 in the winter.
We'll keep it at 7, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
How do you,
It's
what do you
not
think,
like
Judy?
it's
Does
not like
any
we're-
timeline bother you at all?
Makes
I
no
mean-
difference to me.
It used to be we'd be here till midnight. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like we're that
Yeah.
busy.
That's true. So you stay at 7?
7, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if we could keep the agenda clear for that November 20th, I'm sure we're gonna have a lot to talk about.
Or it gives us the option if we find something, you know what I mean? And
Well, like I said, if
If
something
it
important
grows,
comes
yeah.
up, then we'll get it in.
Well, I know Tom is working with carpenters, and they're supposed to be here for the 6th, but if they don't make it on the 6th, then they may get pushed to the 20th, so
So that's still in the works. Huh?
it is still in the works. But we still have 5 weeks to decide.
Does it matter which copy of the minutes we sign?
No.
Let's get 'em by.
As long as we all sign the same one.
Yes, that would be good. Okay.
Thank you, yes.
How about you, Amy?
See you.
Could have saw that coming.
Oh, my God.
See, like,
Yeah, that stuff fades
like
over
supposed to be
time.
relative,
oh yeah.
running on a fly boat for Shell out in the Gulf of Mexico. And that was not the Gulf, it was shallow,
It's popular today.
2,600 meters.
Meters.
Meters, that's what they're drilling right now. Well, the canyon is supposed to be a record at that, doing 2,600 meters.
I know, like, yeah, if you go down, like, pretty much it's a bowl. You know, if you get away from the Texas coast, that's driving.
Yeah, this is some canyon or something. But
Then,
Please.
those go to,
Oh. A motion to adjourn?
and stole the pen, yeah.
all right, are we done?
Second to adjourn?
I'll take that.
Wayne? Any discussion? All in favor?
David hasn't even got